my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How's it going? So, I'm for my first timers, I just like to explain a little bit. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. Most of the senses, they talk to me, but they also show me pictures. And I call it spiritual charades, and I describe the picture the best way that I can. They never waste a message. They don't waste their energy. So they don't always tell us what we want to know. They tell us what we need to know. So they will not give me all the details. They'll give me, because that's none of my business. They'll give me just enough so you understand what they're talking about. And this is not an exact science. So sometimes you got to stretch it out of the box a little bit. It's just the best way that we can communicate and talk to each other. Yeah, and he says he's here all about love. All about love. It's all about love. It is. So he's already talking. Grandpa. So, um, give me just a second. He's coming in, he's putting his thumbs in his suspenders, going like this. The whole reading will not be about validations. You won't be able to validate every single thing that's said, but they should give at least a couple of things. So you know for sure that it's them. He's got a big old smile on his face. He's funny. He's got a cupcake on his head with a candle in it. So did he just have a birthday, or somebody just had a birthday, or somebody's got a birthday real close? Somebody just had a birthday. Was it him? Grandpa? Grandpa Jerry. Okay. Oh boy, he's hopping around. Let me slow him down here a little bit. This is their show. I let them do whatever they think they need to. It's their opportunity. He's he's showing skiing, snow skiing, skiing down a hill on the snow. He says, I'm too old for that. I'll be breaking a hip. Oh, he's just happy as a clam that you wanted to talk to him. I love you, son. He's calling you son. Were you a little closer than just a grandpa grandson relationship? He says, sometimes I needed to tell you to get your head out of your ass. Now he's holding up an ear of corn. He's just holding up an ear of corn, but he's not. They don't always explain. Sometimes it's just pictures. Well, I was wondering if it was field corn or sweet corn, but now he's eating it. Corn on the cob. Said it didn't always agree with me, but I sure did like it. Okay, now he's kneeling down and he's petting a cat. And it's a darker colored cat. Oh, turns around, has a white face. And then he gets to be larger and kind of looks like a lion. So this cat had that attitude of being as big as a lion, thinking he was really rough and tough. So it might be a tiger stripe. I can't tell. It's a darker color. It's kind of fuzzy like my camera is this morning. So now he stands up and the cat's rubbing against his leg. He's kind of turning around looking at it like, the heck are you doing? He wants somebody to know that somebody loved this cat. He wants somebody, I don't know why I'm tapping my cup. He wants somebody to know that he has this cat with him. The cat was special to somebody. He says, he said sometimes this cat was kind of an, sometimes this cat was kind of an asshole because of his big lion mentality. So he says, Grandpa says, you're making life harder than it has to be. That now he's showing the same generalization with the cat turning into a lion and making it big as you are doing with life. That you're making it all so much bigger and badder and harder than what it needs to be. He says, go back to basics. Go back to basics. He says you need to dig for the bottom line. For the bottom line, all the little details aren't as important as you think. He says, what do you think is the important thing in life? It's not the car. Now he's coming over here. Now he's coming over here. Once in a while you'll see wavy lines, like when they stand here, it's their energy, because we're all energy. Our heavy body just kind of holds our energy in, but once we get up there, so you could see some wavy lines right in. Tell me where you're going to be. Okay, he's bending down. He's right here. Anyway, he says you're twisting your gut. He says you're making it harder than what it needs to be. Go to the bottom line and everything else will fall into place. Okay, what's his bottom line? Love. That, and I hear this from almost every single one of them up there. That is the bottom line for everybody. Don't even worry so much about the roof on the house. You need to replace your roof or something? Is it leaking? He says, don't. He says you're stressing over stuff. He wants you to go look in the mirror and love yourself first. Love your family. Love the homeless person walking down the street. Love the person that cuts you off in traffic. It's making a lot of sense, though. I don't know what he's doing. He's like going out the front door of your house and walking around to the right. Okay, let's see where we're going. Is there a big tree out your front door, or maybe he's showing his house when he was here. I don't know for sure which house he's showing. Going out the front door and walking in the front yard over to the right, and there's a big tree there. Was there a swing in it? He's showing a rope swing, like with a board plank on the bottom of it. Doesn't have to be exact, but he's showing a swing attached to the tree. Maybe it was something that he had in his yard when you were little. Go back to the basics. When life was good. Okay, so as he's standing here, he's poking me. Poke, poke, poke. You will feel this. You have felt this. You just didn't know what it was. And it usually won't feel like my fingers poking myself. It'll just feel like a little, I don't know how you'll receive the energy, so I'll receive energy different than you will. But you'll feel a little something, or sometimes it'll feel like a pin sticking you, or sometimes it'll feel like a bug landing on you, or a hair that you can't get off, or he's trying to get your attention, go, hey, I'm right here. And the smell, he had some kind of different cologne or aftershave or something that's different. Something that's, it doesn't seem to be something that most people would wear. I don't want to say it like that. How do I want to say it? Just not the normal off the wall name brand. Something different about it. And you'll get a whiff of that. And you can be in your vehicle, in a store, at work, in your home, doesn't matter, outside, doesn't matter. When you get that whiff, that poke, he's trying to get your attention. He's trying to say, hey, I'm here and I love you. So validate him, acknowledge him. Say, I know that's you. I love you. Bring me more. And you'll get all kinds of signs. I promise. I promise you will. Okay, now I'm getting the tickle. When they get real close to me, they make, I've said this 1,000 times, they make my head itch. Feels like I got head lice. But he's giving me a little tickle on the back of my neck. That too. He says he's so proud of you. He's so proud of the man you're becoming. I don't know how old you are, but I don't look at anybody's Facebook ahead of time. Oh, now my right, I don't know what he's doing. My right foot, my big toe, kind of on the inside of it, kind of, it's on the end. It's like somebody's got their finger on there and they're just, ooh, yeah, it's getting stronger. And my foot's up in the air, so there's nothing touching it. But kind of on the curve, on the right foot, on the right big toe, and it's like he's pushing, 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 and it's getting stronger and harder. It's getting my attention. He's still pushing on it. So that too, all these little signs, he just wants you to know. And a lot of times they'll come in at a time when you go, when you're maybe stressed out, or he's going to give you these little reminders to go back to the basics. Back to the bottom line, he says. He's talking about travel, a trip, travel. He said trip and then he said travel, but he didn't He didn't say whether you have just done this or you're going to do this or you need to do. I don't know what he's getting at. Sometimes they just throw stuff out there. So he's kind of referring to something that I was telling myself this morning. I'm not 15 years old. I'm a big girl. I can make up my own mind. I do my own thing. I know, I know, not what somebody else is telling me to do. I'm a big girl. Big girl. I can make up my own mind. I can do what feels right in my gut for myself. He's referring that to you. If this is what you need to do. He says perfect job with a question mark. Is there a perfect job? Or what? I'm waiting for him to finish it. Or can you make it the perfect job? Can you change your mindset and make it the perfect job? No grumbling. It's all in your mindset. There's somebody, it's male. I don't know how old you are, but I have the feeling it's about your age. He's about your age. That Grandpa wants you to go. You need to step back a little bit. You're too close in my energy. You are not the right energy to be that close to me. That makes sense. Somebody that's, he says, clouding your thinking. There's somebody that's clouding your thinking that you need to go, whoa, step back. You can still be friends with them. You can still do things with them. That doesn't matter. You need to tell them, get that energy to step back a little bit away from you. He's not giving me a name or anything like that, and I stink at names. I don't know what it is with names. That's just me. See, he's just giving me enough. He said there's a girl that's the love of your life. But he's not telling me if you're with her or she's out there somewhere. He's not he's not explaining. He's just giving me little tidbits. So hopefully, but usually whatever comes to your mind first, that's it. Like I said, he's not going to give me all the details because they're none of my business or anybody else's. Does somebody have a big woolly dog like a Saint Bernard? I believe this dog is here. This dog sees him. Whoever has this dog, it sees him. He actually interacts with this dog. So if you have this dog or it's somewhere close to you, watch that dog. My Yorkie used to spin around and sit on my foot and cry whenever I did readings because the dog was so psychic. Animals can see him, little kids can see him. And then after she got used to him, it's like, wasn't that big a deal. So if you know this dog, watch it. It may stare in the corner because it sees him. It may bark, but it may not bark anymore because it might be used to him. So anyway. Well, now he's showing me a sailboat out on the water. I don't know how that relates to anything. He's not saying, he's just kind of flashing things right now. Okay. Now he's scooting in behind me. I always have Archangel Michael stand on my back every morning. He's a big guardian protector. So he's scooting in between me and Archangel Michael, kind of scooching in. And he says, this is how close I am to you. This is where I stand. A lot of the time, I've got your back. And he's peeking over here right now from behind me. I don't know if there might be some wavy lines there. Let me move my hand. And, okay. So sometimes you might feel a change in the pressure behind you. It might feel like a big bubble pushing against you. You might feel really hot. You might feel goosebumps down your back, upper back, usually. When he puts his face up over here, your ear will probably get warm or tingly. Know that those things that you would normally dismiss, those are him. He's that close. He said he always liked your spunk. Liked your spunk. He says you're losing your spunk a little bit. You're letting the weight of the world push you down. He said you got to stop that. Know that I'm that close. And all you have to do is call on me. And I promise you, 1,000% they can hear you and see you. I promise you. You need help with something? Call on him. What was he good at? Call on him. I always say, don't call on Uncle Joe if he didn't have a pot to piss in. If you need help with financial stuff, call on the ones that you had in your life, that whatever they were good at. Am I making any sense this morning? I'm not sure. He said there's nothing wrong with being different. Nothing wrong with being different. It'd be boring if we were all the same. Be you. Now he's picking up, he's picking up he's looking at the bottom of his shoe. I think he's back on the right foot again. He's picking up his foot and looking at the bottom of his shoe. Like maybe there's gum stuck on there or something. Did you recently step in something? I don't know. He's showing kids jumping rope. I let them run the show, but he's just kind of flipping around. But there's a reason. There's always a reason. He says, guess who was there to greet me? Grandma. I think he's talking about his grandma, which you probably wouldn't have known. But he was like, Grandma. Like he was excited. Like he loved Grandma. He was excited to see her. Could be your grandma, so don't hold me to that. I'm not sure. But if it's his grandma, then it would have been somebody that he talked about a lot or mentioned with great love or talked about missing her. She was there. She had cookies and love. And I felt safe. And it was okay. All is good. Going back outside in that yard again. Going back, I believe it looks like the same yard with the tree and the swing. He's holding up a skateboard. I didn't like those things. They're dangerous. He's talking about apples. He's just, talking about apples. Apples. He's picking one up off the ground in the yard and eating it. The simple things in life. I am right there beside you. We've got our arms linked. He said we like linking arms. And you should be able to feel that when he links his arm in yours. Same thing as the other stuff. You'll feel a warmth or a tingling or pressure, or he might even pull a little bit. It will be really, really slight, but if you're aware of it, then you'll know that feeling when you get it. So basically, he's trying in all kinds of ways to let you know that he's around. And to go back to the simple things, and he says, be different. Be you, be different. Do not follow the mainstream, because that's not you. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, he says turn around like a ballerina. I don't know what that means. You're awesome with a big heart. You're letting it get clouded with crap. He says crap. Let no one do that to you. He says, okay, once you get all these signs, he says things will start opening up and you'll start seeing more stuff. I don't know that he did a lot of validating, so I hope there was at least a couple of things in there so you know for sure it's him. He said he loves you. You are a bright spot in this world. Don't forget it. In fact, I can just feel the pressure over here because he's back over here on this side. I'll be watching. Call on me. And with that, he's leaving and he's skipping and he's kind of spinning around as he's skipping and he's bouncing. And he's got a big smile on his face. And Grandma, whoever this Grandma is, she's out there waiting for him to come back. She's keeping an eye on him. And he says, and life is good. Life is good. It's all good. It's all love. Okay, with that, he's leaving. Okay, so I hope you got a little bit of validation out there. I'm not sure what in there was validating. That was a little different. Anyway, much love to you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Later.